This is a review of some of the steps you'll need to create the preliminary layout version of the pamphlet. Page setup has been done, margins have been set. I could start by inserting a page break so I have the 2 pages of the document that I need. And then we create a text box. The text box doesn't need to be the size your workshop group came up with, but we are going to fit a lot of information here, so it needs to be pretty big. I'm going to use the lightest gray for the fill. We'll check the size. And I'm not using exact sizes or correct sizes. I'm just using a sample size that you might gather from the workshop data that you have to review. Once the text box is created and is the acceptable size, have to use copy and paste. Duplicate won't work. Have to deselect the text box before pasting the second one and the third one. Then some important things that we established. I selected all 3 text boxes, choices like align bottom to make sure that those are all at the same spot on the page. I suggested against using anything to do with relative to page or distribute horizontally or vertically. I would avoid those. We have to include dotted lines where the folds are going to be. This is where you're going to use the values that you got in the workshop. And it doesn't have to be a very visible line, just a light dotted line, so we can check it when we're folding and make sure that's where the folds are really happening. I can duplicate that and reposition. Arrow keys in the keyboard for minor adjustments. Then what I suggested was using a text box for the numbers. Same fill, lightest gray, no line. Then we'll bump up the size and put that in. Once that's there, that can be duplicated and replaced to the other spots. Then the final thing we had mentioned is creating a white text box. For your personal info like name, date, section, and assignment number. That's going to get moved around as we move through our different versions of this assignment. These text boxes can be copied and pasted into the other spots. We said it's unimportant if this is 361 or page 2 is 361.